Yes, this is a little weird one. I know we usually upload a podcast, the spoiler cast on here, and clips from that podcast, but I used to do just videos on movies, movie reviews, and TV stuff, think pieces and stuff like that. I haven't done it in a while, but I just read one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Not one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It's a list from Variety that came out yesterday, the 13th of February, of the 100 greatest TV performances of the 21st century. And I'm just flabbergasted by some of the choices. I just want to say, I haven't seen every show on the list. I haven't seen every show that's ever been made in the 21st century. So I can't speak for every performance on this list, but there are some choices that have been made on this list that is just like beyond strange. And I know I even wrote that on Twitter. I left a little comment that, art is subjective. And I mean, they mentioned that too here as well. Quantifying greatness is a tricky thing. Any ranking like this one, which set out to list the 100 greatest performances of the century so far, is going to make some fans feel slighted. And how can you compare drama to comedy and all that? And, I understand that. But then they also have, they're I don't know, and the big thing that a lot of people were talking about on the list was why. I'll just say it before we even get into it. James Gandolfini as Tony Soprano is not the winner. He's not number one. He's not even on the list.
You motherfuckers! You motherfuckers! I don't fucking deserve this.
And they knew that people would point that out and be mad about it because, come on, like we said, art is subjective. But I think 99% of people watching TV can agree that James Gandolfini gave one of the best, if not the best, performance in a TV show in the last ever since the beginning of TV. And they actually pointed that out here. That we limited ourselves to scripted series that began on or after January 1st, 2000. That's it. That's the 21st century. Makes sense. The year 2000. And fair, but I just want to point out then that the only reason they're able to exclude James Gandolfini from the list of the greatest TV performances of all time is because Sopranos started a year before this list. Officially, started, the rankings can start. So 1 year, but then, the show went on for 5 years, ending in 2006, I think. Yeah, 2006. So he gave one of the greatest performances for the first 6 years of the 21st century. And they still the show started before January 1st, 2000, so we can't enter him into this list. And I'm sorry. That's, because they also point out here, that the list is meant to be in the spirit of fun, but it was undertaken with seriousness. So if it's for fun, it's not some sort of official list or whatever, how could you not bend the rules for James Gandolfini as Tony Soprano when 5 of the 6 seasons were produced and aired in the 21st century?
You know what? This is bullshit.
And I haven't even got into the list yet. That's just one thing that they excluded. Let's quickly go through the list as fast as we can. Like I said, I haven't seen every performance in this list, but I'll go through as many as possible. Let's see here. Number 100, Jeremy Allen White as Carmen Berzatto in The Bear. And I'll just say this: they also only picked one person from each show. So there's no Ayo Edebiri here. There is no Ebon Moss what's his name? Ebon Moss Bacharach? Whatever his name, cousin, is not on the list. No one is on this list except for Jeremy Allen White, and he's number 100. Kelly Riley is Beth Dutton. I don't know. I've seen like 3 episodes of Yellowstone. I don't know. But then 2 spaces above, Jeremy Allen White is Brett Goldstein as Roy Kent from Ted Lasso. Once again, I'll say this. I haven't seen that show, so maybe he's amazing, but Ted Lasso? Kelly Bishop from Gilmore Girls? Okay. So Kelly Bishop, but not the dad? Not to whatever the mom is called? That's not. But here's one of them that was like so weird. Kristen Milioti as Tracy McConnell in How I Met Your Mother. The mother in How I Met Your Mother. Now, they even point out here that the main cast of How I Met Your Mother is up there with Cheers, Friends, and Living Single as a perfect network sitcom ensemble. An alchemy of smart casting and unexpected chemistry that shined brightest when all of the actors shared the same scene, which made Milioti's impact as the long awaited mother in the final season that much more of a miracle. Like, no. Sorry, but no. If you can only choose one from this show, I mean, first of all, you can't really, because it's an ensemble show. But if you have to pick someone from this, how can you not pick Neil Patrick Harris or fucking Kobe Smulders? 2 of the characters that has the greatest arc in this 9-season show. No, you pick the actress who is in 1 season? And not even the whole season? I'm sorry, no. Why pick her out of every good performance in that show? Julia Garner, really good. She's good in Ozark. I haven't seen the full show, but she's really good in Ozark. I can agree to that. Now this is kind of a workaround, and I don't like that. Kyle Laughlin as Agent Dale Cooper in Twin Peaks: The Return. Yeah, he's good in Twin Peaks: Return, but everyone knows that character wouldn't be anything without the original show. So this is just a fucking bullshit workaround not to put Twin Peaks on the list, because it's from the 20th century. So our fun list can't have that show on there. Okay. Now, Stellan Skarsgård as Luthen Rael from Andor? Once again, if you're gonna pick Stellan Skarsgård, why not pick his role in Chernobyl? I mean, he's fine in Andor. I only saw a little bit of it. You know, if you follow the podcast, I do not watch TV that much. But why wouldn't you pick his role in Chernobyl? Jesus Christ. That's another omitted show. No one from Chernobyl is on this list. No one! Anyway, what else? Now, once again, they're only picking 1 actor from each show. So Lamorne Morris as Winston Bishop from New Girl. Alright. I can see that. Al Pacino's Roy Cohn and Pacino in Angels in America. Sure, that's a good choice for number 80. I don't know. Addison Williams is Morning Magazine Girls. But Adam Driver from Girls is not on the list. Okay. Rami Malek is Elliot Alderson in Mr. Robot. Yeah, for the first 3 seasons. I mean, he's good throughout the show, but the show kind of goes downhill pretty quickly after the 2nd season, I think. That's just me. Anthony Starr as Homelander in The Boys. I know a lot of people love that character, but honestly, he is pretty one note. We find out a lot about the character, but the character never changes. That's probably one that people would agree, like he should be on the list, but that's not because it's a good performance. It's because it's a fun character. He does a lot of weird stuff. It's a fine performance, but 71? Once again, above Jeremy Allen White as Carmen Berzado? What?
Get in the oven, Frank.
Ty Burrell's Phil Dunphy in Modern Family. Sure, if you're going to pick anyone from that show, I guess. Caitlin Olsen as Dee Reynolds, the bird, from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Here's another one. They pick Caitlin Olsen. Now, everyone on that show is amazing. I agree. And I guess out of those 5 main actors, she's top 3? But it's such a crime that do not have Glenn Howerton on this list. Like, if anyone outside of James Gandolfini, of course, should be on this list, it's Glenn Howerton.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I don't even like the show that much. I think the first 6 seasons are good, and they should have ended a long time ago.
What the hell was that all about?
What is their I actually haven't read. I didn't even read their the reasoning. Everyone who watches It's Always Sunny will have their favorite performer, and there are arguments for each. The writer's mania of Charlie Day. I mean, yeah, he's funny, but he's not the best. The sociopathic sang-froid of Glenn Howerton. The acerbic ringleader energy of Rob McElhenney. Yes, it's Olsen who's... They don't even mention Danny DeVito. It's Olsen whose go anywhere for the joke instincts have lent the venerable sitcom some of its finest moments. Her D is that perfect comic combination, comedic combination of egotistical and deeply ignorant, all carried across by a star who, without ever winking at the audience, makes clear that she is in on the joke. That's the entire show. Everyone is in on the joke. What? Angela Bassett as Maria Laveau from American Horror Story. Coven. Okay. Good choice. She's actually very good in that show. Did James ever call me Abbott Elementary? I saw one episode of Abbott Elementary and turned it off because it was the worst fucking garbage I've ever seen.
Excuse me?
Michael Emerson as Ben Linus in Lost. Once again, one-note character. Like, ooh, he's mysterious, he's funny, but... The performance is the same all the time. It's the character that's good. It's not the performance, you know? There's a difference between, a good character and a good performance. I think, at least. Here's another good one, actually. Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal Lecter from Hannibal. He's actually great. Once again, maybe not the greatest arc, but the performance there is amazing. I will say that. The performance is amazing. I'm not going to go through the whole list, because this video is already 18 minutes long at this point, I think. Oh, however, I've been recording for 18 minutes. What I will say is that, first of all, the arbitrary rule to, even a show that was on for most of its run was in the 21st century, they just won't have any actor on. It is the weirdest omission ever to not have anyone from The Sopranos on there, because the first season was not from the 21st century. The show is of the 21st century. I think if you look up a list of the 100 greatest shows of the 21st century, that Sopranos is on that list. I'm just saying. No James Gandolfini, no Lorraine Bracco, no Edie Falco, no fucking Michael Imperioli, what's his name? No Steven Van Zandt. No one. No one is on that list. It is ridiculous. And then I'll just say this. Same thing, because of their, arbitrary rules on their fun list. The only actor from Breaking Bad on the list is obviously Bryan Cranston. And he's on spot number, 8? No, wait, he was number 5. Right. Number 5. Yeah? Fair. But same thing there. No Aaron Paul, no Anna Gunn, no RJ Mitty, no Bob Odenkirk, no Giancarlo Esposito, no Jonathan Banks, no fucking Charles Baker or Jesse Plemons. No one from that show is on there. Did I say Aaron Paul? I don't know. No Dean Norris. So many amazing performances from Breaking Bad. And yes, I guess they picked the best performance, but come on.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
If it's such a fun list, why can't you pick more from one show? Because, let's face it, some shows just has a lot of great performances. And I mean, say what you will about the character of Skylar White, but Anna Gunn is fucking better than, I don't know, Maya Erskine as Maya Ishil Peters from Pen 15. What the fuck is that? No offense to Maya Erskine. I haven't seen your show. I'm sure you're great, but... You know Giancarlo Esposito? So many weird shows. Let's go through the top 10. Sandra Oh as Dr. Christina Yang, Grey's Anatomy. Okay. I watched, like, the first season of that show when I was young because it was on. It was, back then it was whatever was on TV we watched, Rhea Seehorn as Kim Wexler in Better Call Saul. Once again, you pick her, great character, but you don't pick Bob Odenkirk? Andre Braugher as Captain Raymond Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Sure. If you're gonna pick someone from that show, I can agree with that. But why have anyone from Brooklyn Nine-Nine on there? And especially in the top 10 of the 100 greatest performances in TV in the 21st century. You don't put Aaron Paul on the list. You don't put Steven Van Zandt on the list. But you put Andre Braugher on there. Okay. Carrie Coon as Nora Durst on Leftovers. Never saw The Leftovers. Michael Kenneth Williams as Omar Little in The Wire. Yes, sure, I'll buy it. Good one. I don't know if it's top 10, but he's on there at least. He should be on there. Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Yes. Lisa Kudrow as Valerie Cherish in The Comeback. Once again, I don't know, top 10? I don't know. Top 5 even. It's even top 5. I don't know. Lisa Kudrow was great in that show. That show was great. But top 5? Elizabeth Moss as Peggy Olson in Mad Men. If you're going to pick someone from Mad Men, obviously you go for Ham. The Ham. But yeah, you wanted to pick Elizabeth Moss. Sure. But why then don't pick Elizabeth Moss from Handmaid's Tale? I'm not even that big of a fan of that show, but she's obviously better in that show. Number 2, Jeremy Strong as Kendall Roy from Succession. I liked the first half of season 1, and then it got kind of samey.
What a pathetic beta cuck.
But I guess if you're going to pick someone, yeah, pick him. And then number 1, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Selena Meyer from Veep. And he says, who else could it be? Over 7 seasons, Louis-Dreyfus delivered a signature comedy performance of the century so far, and did so with such focused intensity that it was easy to forget that Veep was a comedy at all. Yes, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Selena Meyer in Veep is amazing. She is so good in that show. And that show is one of few shows, at least in my opinion, that is consistently funny throughout. There is not a bad season in that show.
Let us pray. Holy Mother of God and sweet Jesus Christ.
But the thing here is, now we didn't read through the whole thing, but I'll tell you this. On the list of the greatest TV performances of the 21st century, how the fuck do you not even have Matthew McConaughey as Rust Cole on the list? He's not even on the list. He should be number 1. That is not even that's not just a great TV performance, or he was great in that first episode, but whatever, or he might have given the best performance of all time. Not just in TV. In TV, in film, on stage, fucking video games, I don't know, wherever else you can give performances. Audiobooks? Matthew McConaughey as Rust Cole might be the greatest performance of all time ever in any medium. Sorry, James Gandolfini. But come on. The voyage that character goes on over those 8 episodes is insane. And the fact that the show is so hyper-focused on just those 2 characters, but honestly, in particular, McConaughey's character is something that we hadn't seen before in TV. And probably will never see again. And he's not even on the list? You put Allison Williams from Girls over Rust Cole. You put Murray Bartlett as Armand from The White Lotus over Rust Cole.
No! Yeah! Jesus!
I am shocked. That is just, I can't comprehend it. It is incomprehensible how you can make a list, even like, but it's just for fun, guys. I don't know what to say. It might be the biggest blunder I've ever seen. It is so bad how you can omit Matthew McConaughey from the list of the 100 greatest TV performances of the 21st century. What? Oh, but Steve Carell is on there because he was funny on The Office. You know? Oh my God. I just needed to vent. Sorry. Now, I'm just so flabbergasted by this list that I had to talk about it. I would be fine with any of the, classic performances that weren't on the list. Any of them would be fine as long as Matthew McConaughey and James Gandolfini was on the list. Because you cannot... Gandolfini defined TV acting. I mean, that is literally what created modern TV. Your prestige TV, as we call it. Now I don't know what it is anymore, because it's not TV, it's prestige streaming, I don't know. So to omit that because, well, the show started in 99 is just, please excuse my language, it's retarded. It's retarded. And then to not have Matthew McConaughey as Rust Cole on there is just so dumb. It is one of the most revolutionary pieces of acting I've ever seen. And it is so baffling. So baffling. That's it. Anyway, sorry about this little rant. Maybe this was like a mini episode of the podcast. I'm not sure. Leave a comment. I'll link the article below. You can read through it. Tell me what you think. What else was missing from the list? What should have been on the list? What shouldn't have been on the list? What are some of your favorite performances? Am I wrong about Matthew McConaughey as Rust Cole? Maybe I am. I don't know. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment if you want me to detailed go through the list. And I'll do a live stream or something about it. But that's gonna have to be it. This was a spur of the moment thing. It's the middle of the night. I gotta edit this and then go to bed. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast episode. But until then, have a good one.